What is up, guys? This is Rilo here from Brothers in Games, and a few months ago, I think 7 or 8 months ago, I made a video about getting free games on Steam. And a lot of people said that the methods that I've talked about worked for them, but also a lot of people said that the methods didn't work for them or that they didn't seem legit. Of course, all of the methods that I mentioned worked for either me or people that I know, so they're pretty legit. If you want, if you didn't check that video out, you can check it out now. But I've decided to give you more ways of getting free games on Steam. However, I found this article. I haven't checked all of these methods out. I found this article where it says 17 ways to get free games on Steam. And if 17 ways still aren't enough for you, then you have a problem, you know? So you'll find the link for this article in the description below, but I'm going to go through it shortly. I'm going to go through it and tell you what methods seem legit for me and what methods don't. The first method is Greenlight Bribery. Now, it seems weird and I don't suggest using it. It says that you contact the developers on Greenlight and ask them if they would give you game for votes. However, I don't suggest using that because that is sort of illegal on Greenlight. You know, that developer can lose his license on Greenlight. I have to pay another $100 for getting games on Greenlight and whatever, and that game that he put on will not be published on Steam, and it's a very complicated process, so I don't suggest just asking for one vote. I suggest you going on to Greenlight, looking at a game that you really like, only games that you really like, not all games, and telling the developers that you will get them, I don't know, 20, 30 votes on Greenlight if you and you alone get a free, get that game for free when it comes out on Steam. And that is a good way, and it is not illegal because the 30 people that you tell to vote don't get the free game. You only get the free game, and there's nothing Steam can actually do about it because what you're doing and what the developer's doing is not illegal. The second one is AMA on Reddit. Also, one of the ways that I haven't tried yet. It says, on occasion, you'll find developers hosting an AMA or Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and they often give away games for keys for their games on Desura or GOG to help entice people to attend and ask questions. There's also a text below, but I'm not going to read it. It is a good thing, but I really don't think that it is a good way to get games. Of course, you can check those things out, and maybe 1 in 10 AMAs, you'll get a game, which is not half bad. The third one is CVG Golden Joysticks. Once a year, CVG hosts the Golden Joysticks, which is an award ceremony for games sponsored by Green Man Gaming, and it asks that gamers vote on their favorite games in each category, and afterwards they give away those games to people, and it is a great way to get free games. If you can, you know, find when CVG is making the Golden Joysticks award ceremony, I suggest you attend it, and it might actually be good for you. The second one is GOG Speed Test, kind of the same as CVG Golden Joysticks. You can check it out, pretty good. Read this article. The fifth one, I think, is game giveaways, which I've talked about before. So read this, and or you can check out my previous video. Competitions for games, games for free signups, rewards for social actions, also the things that I've talked about in my past video. Check the Desura library for extra keys. I don't know about this method. It might be good, as I mean, all of these 17 methods might be good and might get you games, but aren't really sure to get you games, like in my past video, which some of you guys said isn't. a good method. Activate retail CD games on digital game distributors services. Kind of stupid. I mean, what I figured out from this, you buy a game from a retailer, and then you activate it on Steam, but, you know, it doesn't really help you because you bought the game. You don't get it for free. Steam games that can be activated on Origin. This is good, but it's kind of weird. You buy a game, you buy a key for a game on Steam, and some of those games can actually be activated on Origin, which is pretty good, because then you can sell your Origin account if you get enough games, which I don't see it being bad. Also, it says that the reverse cannot be done on Steam, so you know the reverse cannot be done. So you can't buy a key for Origin and then activate it on Steam. It's kind of weird, but I'm just gonna ignore it. Next is Ninja giveaways. I've talked about this. Websites give games for free sometimes for the people who are registered on their websites. Blah blah blah. I already talked about that. Next method. Ask the developers nicely. Not a bad method, but it's really not a good method if you send an email to big developers. Only if you send an email to indie developers, and I don't think that they're gonna have a problem to give you a free game. You know, it's a pretty good thing, especially if you're a YouTuber. If you're a YouTuber, indie developers will trip over themselves to give you a free game so you can play that game on your YouTube channel and, you know, get them more people who will buy the game. Another method is ask a friend. So you can ask people. You have a Steam account full of people. You can ask them if they have a game gift or whatever that they don't need. And I have a few game gifts on my Steam account. And, you know, I can give them away. I just don't see it making a giveaway because those are pretty bad games, like $1 games on Steam. Next is being a game reviewer. I said this a few, like 30 seconds ago. Send an email to indie game developers. Tell them that you want to review their game on your website or YouTube channel or whatever, and they'll probably give you a free copy of the game. They will probably give you a free copy of the game. And the last one is capitalize on Bitcoin opportunities. I'm not going to go into Bitcoins because I don't know, I'm not a fan of Bitcoins, and it's weird, and just read this if you know anything about Bitcoins. I don't, so I'm just stepping away from this method. So yeah, guys, link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and bye-bye.